Again, it is necessary to name both the form of upset, for instance, anger, fear, worry, depression, and so on, and the perceived source, very specifically for any application of the idea. When he says perceived source, I think what he's saying here is the cause that we would give to our upset, right? So, for example, I am angry at my partner because I see something that is not there, right? I am angry at the blank, fill in the blank, because I see something that is not there. And the next one is I am worried about blank because I see something that is not there. I am worried. I'm just going to take that back. Okay, so I'm worried about uh, this pain in the body because I see something that is not there.
Right. So this figure saying, I am worried about this real lack that I'm seeing in my life. I am angry at my partner because, she's such a fill in the blank, right? But all of this is happening in the gap, right? So all this worry, upset, anger can only ever be perceived and experienced by this persona, which we've all agreed is the mythical me. So why can we say that it's not there? It's happening in the gap. Where's the gap? Right? It's only in a dreaming split mind. It's only the projection of an insane sleeping mind. It's not going on in the mind of God. This is why we can say, I am angry at whatever in the gap because I see something that is not there. Is God seeing it? Does the mind of God know it? No. The only place that it seems to be taking place is in this gap that we thought we elbow room carved out in the midst of God, where two sleeping minds are having a joint hallucination. And none of this is actually taking place. That's the justification, you guys. This is the understanding to go, how can I say I'm worried about something going on here because I see something that is not there? How can you say it's not there? Because the only place that it seems to be going on is an illusory figment of our imagination. Okay, that's helpful.
Thank you, very helpful. So today's idea is useful for application to anything that seems to upset you and can profitably be used throughout the day for that purpose. However, the 3 or 4 practice periods which are required should be preceded by a minute or so of mind searching, as before, and the application of the idea to each upsetting thought uncovered in the search. Right, so he's asking us here to actually set aside a minute to do some mind searching on what is it that is upsetting us. So he's really asking us to become present, very, very present in these practice periods and to do the work, to look at it, and then to use that. I'm upset about, my income or something, right? I'm upset or I'm angry at my lack of income because I see something that is not there, whatever it might be. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So again, if you resist applying the idea to some upsetting thoughts more than to others, remind yourself of the 2 cautions stated in the previous lesson. There are no small upsets. They are all equally disturbing to my peace of mind. And I cannot keep this form of upset and let the others go. For the purposes of these exercises, then, I will regard them as all as the same. Wow.
Beautiful.
It's a big lesson. It's a short one, but it's a very, very powerful lesson if we do it properly.
Right. And going back to the laundry list of what we think is disturbing us,
The
from
laundry
all the
list.
causes that we've assigned, right? I can't pay my bill. I've got this rash on my arm, and I cannot get along with my husband no matter how hard I try. Those are the forms. That's the cause. But again, this is all smoke and mirrors. What the ego doesn't want you to see is the feeling state that the mind goes through upon looking at these and observing and thinking that they're real. The upset with the husband, the fear about the rash on a body, the anxiety over, I don't know how I'm going to pay my bills, the depression of the arguing with your loved one, spouse. Those are what the ego wants, because a mind that is depressed and anxious and worried cannot come to a place of stillness and presence where the mind of God can be heard. So it's a complete turning of the thought system. Before we think this is who I am, this is a real cause outside of myself, and the problem's out there. Now we're turning it around and recognizing, okay, this out there is the result of my thought. And the real reason that I'm upset is because I'm seeing something that isn't there. And I'm seeing it there because this is the way that I maintain this fellow, this one, who's striving with the partner, who's worried about its body, who can't make the bills. That's what it's all for. And that guy's not even real. That's not who you are. Okay. All upsets are the same value. That's so big to see.
Yeah, I wish I'd had this commentary when I began all those years ago. That would have helped me so much more, to release the fear of doing these lessons.
Yes. Yeah, like you don't have a handhold. You're just doing this, and you're just undoing the self, and you're contrary to everything that you believe makes you safe. And with this framework, we can see why we want to undo these, and that what we're undoing isn't really us. And what we're coming to is the recognition of what we are in truth. Wow, this is great. Yeah, I hope you're all encouraged. We're only on lesson 6, and so much has been, I'm amazed at what's been covered in 6 lessons. Yeah. Thanks, everybody. Is there anything you want to add, sis?
No?
Today, we continue on with the last section of Chapter 1, Distortions of Miracle Impulses. Your distorted perceptions produce a dense cover over miracle impulses, making it hard for them to reach your own awareness. The confusion of miracle impulses with physical impulses is a major perceptual distortion. Physical impulses are misdirected miracle impulses. All real pleasure comes from doing God's will. This is because not doing it is a denial of self. Denial of self results in illusions, while correction of the error brings release from it. Do not deceive yourself into believing that you can relate in peace to God or to your brothers
Here comes the
with
rain
anything external.
and the wind.
Child of God, you were created to create the good, the beautiful, and the holy. Do not forget this. The love of God, for a little while, must still be expressed through one body to another, because vision is still so dim. You can use your body best to help you enlarge your perception so you can achieve real vision, of which the physical eye is incapable. Learning to do this is the body's only true usefulness. Fantasy is a distorted form of vision. Fantasies of any kind are distortions because they always involve twisting perception into unreality. Actions that stem from distortions are literally the reactions of those who know not what they do. Fantasy is an attempt to control reality according to false needs. Twist reality in any way and you are perceiving destructively. Fantasies are a means of making false associations and attempting to obtain pleasure from them. But although you can perceive false associations, you can never make them real, except to yourself. You believe in what you make. If you offer miracles, you will be equally strong in your belief in them. The strength of your conviction will then sustain the belief of the miracle receiver. Reality is, quote, lost through usurpation, which produces tyranny. As long as a single, quote, slave remains to walk the earth, your release is not complete. Complete restoration of the sonship is the only goal of the miracle-minded. This is a course in mind training. All learning involves attention and study at some level. Some of the later parts of the course rest too heavily on these earlier sections not to require their careful study. You will also need them for preparation. Without this, you may become much too fearful of what is to come to make constructive use of it. However, as you study these earlier sections, you will begin to see some of the implications that will be amplified later on. A solid foundation is necessary because of the confusion between fear and awe to which I have already referred, and which is often made. I have said that awe is inappropriate in connection with the sons of God, because you should not experience awe in the presence of your equals. However, it was also emphasized that awe is proper in the presence of your Creator. I have been careful to clarify my role in the atonement without either over or understating it. I am also trying to do the same with yours. I have stressed that awe is not an appropriate reaction to me because of our inherent equality. Some of the later steps in this course, however, involve a more direct approach to God Himself. It would be unwise to start on these steps without careful preparation, or awe will be confused with fear, and the experience will be more traumatic than beatific. Healing is of God in the end. The means are being carefully explained to you. Revelation may occasionally reveal the end to you, but to reach it, the means are needed. And from the workbook for teachers, lesson number 6. I am upset because I see something that is not there. The exercises with this idea are very similar to the preceding ones. Again, it is necessary to name both the form of the upset, anger, fear, worry, depression, and so on, and the perceived source, very specifically, for any application of the idea. For example, I am angry at blank because I see something that is not there. I am worried about blank because I see something that is not there. Today's idea is useful for application to anything that seems to upset you and can profitably be used throughout the day for that purpose. However, the 3 or 4 practice periods which are required should be preceded by a minute or so of mind searching, as before, and the application of the idea to each upsetting thought uncovered in the search. Again, if you resist applying the idea to some upsetting thoughts more than to others, remind yourself of the 2 cautions stated in the previous lesson. There are no small upsets. They are all equally disturbing to my peace of mind. And I cannot keep this form of upset and let the others
Oh,
go.
good Lord. I'm going to go.
For the purposes of these exercises, then, I will regard them all as the same. I am upset because I see something that is not there. Today's workbook
I should take this
lesson
camera and stick it outside. It's some lightning show going on.
giving us a chance to unpin, to unwind from
Jack, did Mom wake you up?
the
I'm so sorry.
belief in being trapped in appearances. When our very identity of love, of the living Christ, the perfect idea in the mind of God, has been forgotten, has been completely pushed out of awareness. And now appearances seem to have come to take the place of love and light. This condition could be called hallucination. Just like a dry and thirsty traveler walking through a desert, feeling scorched and hot, and parched and dry, may hallucinate an oasis of shade and water. The sleeping Son of God has believed himself to be bereft of his Holy Father, his Holy Creator, and now finds himself lost and wandering in a desert of images, a desert of perception that God did not create, a fantasy world, a fictitious linear stream of images that have nothing to do with reality, nothing to do with eternity, divine love and happiness. And so, the first step in healing from this apparent condition of separation is to realize that all upsets experienced are coming because there's a perception, and that perception is not there. And the ego may ask, but why is it there? But remember, the ego is the denial of God, the denial of love, the denial of eternity. The ego is the death wish. And if you give your mind to a death wish, if you give your attention to a death wish, your focus, what else could you expect but a hallucination? Death and hallucination go together. Life eternal life and happiness go together. In this world, we get apples from apple trees, and oranges from orange trees, and grapes from grapevines. Why would it be possible to get perception, temporary fleeting images from an eternal creator? God has absolutely nothing to do with the perceptual world. And God is reality. And so hallucinations cannot exist, cannot have reality. You don't get images from something that's abstract and eternal. You don't get a linear stream of symbols on a timeline from that which has no beginning and no end, that which is infinite. Now, earlier in the text, we were talking about distorted miracle impulses, misdirected miracle impulses. What is a miracle impulse but a call to remember God, to forgive the world and accept the truth of abstract reality, to forget the images, to release the image maker, and accept reality exactly as it is. There are some New Age teachings that teach you can create your own reality. And there are some that will say A Course in Miracles is simply a New Age teaching. But I tell you this, Jesus in the Course is teaching the exact opposite of you create your own reality. Jesus is teaching us that God is the creator of reality. And even as a child of God, you can only accept reality exactly as it is. You can accept reality. And he gives us the means to accept reality. He says you must accept the atonement for the error of ego. Accept the correction for the belief in separation. Accept. So this lesson, I'm upset because I see something that is not there, gives a hint of going way, way beyond the law of attraction, way beyond the belief in manifestation. It's being humble enough in your mind to begin to see that it's only an upset when, because I believe that there's something that's not there. Because I'm perceiving something that's not there. You might rephrase the lesson as, I'm upset because I seem to be hallucinating. And the only way that you can be open to another way of seeing, Christ vision, light, an experience of vision that is not involving the body's eyes. A vision that does not involve perception. Revelation, the great rays. Knowledge, reality. I must first be open to the idea that what I seem to see, what I seem to perceive through consciousness and the five senses, is actually not there. And it's not there because God didn't create it. So the text said we may get glimpses of the end, which Jesus calls revelation, but we must take every small step that is asked of us. We must progressively prepare our mind for the direct approach to God that is coming in these later workbook lessons. Because without this attention, this care, this willingness to follow every step, then the remembrance of God will still seem frightening. It will still seem fearful. It will generate fear instead of the awe that is the appropriate experience with regard to the Creator. The Bible is very famous for saying, fear God and keep His commandments. And I will simply reinterpret that right now as be in awe of God the Creator and come to know this awe by forgiving the world, forgiving the ego, forgiving the belief that one could ever be separate from a loving God and loving Creator. Today we are happy to behold and acknowledge first that there seems to be a hallucination in front of us, and that I am never upset because of what seems to be the hallucination. Simply stated, I am upset because I see something that is not there.
The end. Okay, good deal.
Jack, big red dog with a coffee neck. Sun peeks out, birds all sing. Here comes Big Al doing his thing. Cat said, "Oh, you need a ride with a basket for your bike to glide." Mom chimed in with flowers too. Something sweet, something cute for you. But Big Al had a bigger plan, not just any basket man.
And my friend Goga is live. Hi, Goga.
Burst in blooms, a wild delight. Now all the ladies smile and swoon when Big Al rolls by before noon, passing out petals with a wink and a grin. Early mornings where the charm begins. Cat and Jack, they laughed so hard, thought Al would look like a flower guard, but Al just grins and wait and see. Charm's a gift, and it rides with me down the lane and through the square. Tulips flying through the air, daisies
All right, Jackie, I'm gonna get you some food. Buddy.
Early mornings, laughter loud. Cat&Jack, mighty proud of the man with the flowered plan. Big owl, the blue rolling man. In the hush of dusk, when the shadows roam, walks a man called MK, far from home. With Lila the cat, fierce and sly, a flick of her tail and the stars reply. Oh, MK, the lion-born sage, with Lila the fierce on a moonlit stage. Cat sees your truth, Jack feels your flame. You heal the lost without need for fame. He speaks no curse, but his eyes reveal the ancient fire that dares to heal. With Lila perched like a midnight flame, his magic hums in the sacred name. Through realms unseen, he walks with grace, holding hands in the loneliest place. No judgment past, just love that flows from the heart that only spirit knows. Oh, MK, the lion-born sage, with Lila the fierce on a moonlit stage. Cat sees your truth, Jack feels your flame. You heal the lost without need for fame. He speaks no curse, but his eyes reveal the ancient fire that dares to heal. With Lila perched like a midnight flame, his magic hums in the sacred name. Through realms unseen, he walks with grace, holding hands in the loneliest place. No judgment past, just love that flows from a heart that only spirit knows. Oh, MK, the lion-born sage, with Lila the fierce on a moonlit stage. Get out of my way, the best day of my life starts now. I said, hey, you know the best day of my life starts now. I got a bright idea, it starts with you and me, and maybe a shot of three. Oh, I got a feeling this is a fever dream, but I don't wanna sleep, 'cause I think it's gonna be the best day of my life. Think it's gonna be the best day of my life. Think it's gonna be the best day of my life. Think it's gonna be the best day of my life. I know what you want, and I think you might just get it. This is not a stunt. If I say it, then I meant
Oh,
it.
Slice, good
This is not a
morning.
drill, not a test. This is the real thing. I can break your neck, but still it takes so look at
Good
it.
morning,
I
Lucy.
got a bright idea. It starts with you and me, and maybe a shot of three. Oh, I got a feeling this is a fever dream.
Home Slice is going to bed, actually. Wanted to come hit the like button. Thank you. I appreciate it so, so much. Get some good sleep, friend. I appreciate you guys more than you know. It's been a lonely morning. It's good to have friends.
know the best day of my life starts now. I got a bright idea. It starts with you and me, and maybe a shot at three. Oh, I got a feeling this is a fever dream, but I don't wanna sleep. I think it's gonna be the best day of my life. Think it's gonna be the best day of my life. Think it's gonna be the best day of my life. Think it's gonna be the best day of my life.
I think she said that a couple times.
I got a bright idea. It starts with you and me, and maybe a shot of three. Oh, I got a feeling this is a fever dream, but I don't wanna sleep 'cause Carl comes in the room and says, "Hey Jack, it's time to return to your home country. Ireland calls to the heart." Jack the big red dog is torn. He loves his cat. Jack won't leave her. She's his destiny. Carl says, "Let's go." And Jack says, "No, not without my cat." Together they go to Ireland or not at all. But we love you all. Carl says, "Let's go." Then Jack says, "No, not without my cat." Together they go to Ireland or not at all. But we love you hard. Carl comes in the room and says, "Hey Jack, it's time to return to your home country." Ireland calls to the heart. Jack the big red dog is torn. He loves his cat. Jack won't leave her. She's his destiny. Carl says, "Let's go." And Jack says, "No, not without my cat." Together they go to Ireland or not at all. But we love you hard. Oh, Jack the big red dog and his monkey up in the trees. One day Brendan came in and he fell in love with the monkey. He said, "I will give you bananas if you go." And he said, "I will give you bananas if you go." But the monkey said, "No, I will not go." And the monkey said, "No, and his monkey up in the trees. Old Jack the big red dog and his monkey up in the trees.
Hi, Lucy. How are you today?
Just a yogi in the breeze, he flows. Forgive all the things he knows. Mind your gates, he softly says. The world spins wild, but he always stays. Cat don't love gates, but she loves her yogi. Takes a little pause when life gets foggy. Reflections deep, she purrs inside. With Jack and Rosie by her side. Big red Jack with a heart so strong. He vibes with Yogi humming along. Sweet Rosie dances in a golden hue. Her laugh breaks storms and clears the view. Gates may creak, but the heart stays true. Forgiveness is the key to breaking through. Yogi whispers, pause, let it unwind. Cat not slow, her soul is don't love gates, but she loves her yogi. Takes a little pause when life gets foggy. Reflections deep, she purrs inside. With Jack and Rosie by her side. Under moonlight, they're circled tight. Yogi speaks wisdom, breaks the night. Jack roars, laughter, Rosie hums.
Let's see.
Together they make life fine and sweet.
Tuesday. Started his medicine Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Today's Saturday, right? Okay. I'm very confused on my days. I don't know what day it is. I don't remember giving you medicine for 3 days, Bella. I guess I had to. Yes, I have. Yes.
Yogi's on a mat.
I love him.
Gates try to block you, but loves how we live. Cat prowls the scene, out of gate, shut the door. But with Yogi's wisdom, she's purring for more. Just a yogi in the soul.
We just need some gel.
Love and forgiveness, that's how he relates. Cat
Ooh, this girl, I put a hairband in your ear.
where kindness is spread.
Love him. He's a good boy. Such a good boy.
Cat's got a moment, tail flicks in the air. Reflects on the gates with that mindful stare. Jack the red dog like a tower he stands. Rosie skips joy, spreading love with her hands. Gates try to test and push us astray. But Yogi keeps calm, shows a focus away. Cat calls a thought, she ponders, she sees. Jack marks approval, Rosie smiles with ease. Just a yogi in the soul, saying mind those gates. Love and forgiveness, that's how he relates. Cat takes a moment, Jack nods his big red head. Rosie's in the corner, where kindness is spread. Just a yogi in the soul saying mind those gates. Love and forgiveness, that's how he relates. Cat takes a moment. Jack nods his big red head. Rosie's in the corner where kindness is spread. Cat's got a moment. Tail flicks in the air. Reflects on the gates with that mindful stare. Jack the red dog like a tower he stands. Rosie skips joy, spreading love with her hands. Gates try to test and push us astray. But Yogi keeps calm, shows a forgive away. Cat crows a thought, she ponders, she sees. Jack marks approval, Rosie smiles with ease. Gates try to test and push us astray. But Yogi keeps calm, shows a forgive away. Cat crows a thought, she ponders, she sees. Jack marks approval, Rosie smiles with ease. Cat pauses long as the wisdom connects. Sees gates as lessons, no fears or rejects. Jack stands solid, gives her strength in his glance. Rosie sways lightly, starting a kindness dance.
Hi, Carl. Good morning, friend. How are you, Carl? And how's Tracy? Jace. Oh my gosh. Hi, Jace. Good morning. I appreciate you too. Jay says hi to Lucy, who I bet has been up all night. And I know Home Slice said she was going to bed. Jay says, hi, Carl. And how are you feeling today, Carl? Yes, Jace. You can always ask. Make me a small space next to Jack. He looks so comfy on the floor. Hi, Coffee Cake. Good morning. I think there's plenty of space for you, Jace, if you really want to lay on the floor. Jace says good morning to Coffee Cake. And she says good morning back to you, Jace.
Jack and Cat in a beat up ride. Windows down, let the rhythm glide. Hitting the road with a funky vibe. Charlotte's gone, it's time to arrive. Cat's got the map, Jack's got the flow. Bass so loud, the speakers might blow. Clouds of dust as the tires roll slow. Auntie's waiting with a party to show. We roll, we slide, we race through night. Charlotte's glow is our guiding light. Laughter's loud, the mood feels right. Auntie's house will ignite the night.
Good morning, Lee. Good to see you.
Stop for gas,
How are you, Lee?
Jack. Grab some snacks and tossed them in back. Neighbors stared like they'd seen a smack, but Jack just smiled and claimed no lack. Roads unfolding
I just want to say thank you for coming in and saying hi to everybody. Everybody that came in and said hi, because it was feeling kind of lonely this morning, and I appreciate you all. Lee says, I'm doing good. Thanks. I hope you're well. I am well. Just struggling with some thoughts of being lonely this morning. And look, here you guys are. Lee is saying hi to everybody, and Jay says, I connected with you, Lee.
Every curve's a thread stitched in time. Auntie's laugh, a
Oh, Yogi says sometimes lonely, but never alone and always loved. Thanks, Yogi. I know you feel that too. Lee says, thanks, Jace. Please leave a comment and I'll get back after the live. Jace says, Eric, bro, good morning. Lee says, hello, Yogi. Coffee Cake says, hi, Eric. Yogi, I want you to know this morning I woke up to all these tornado warnings. Or watches, I don't know, but it just made me think of your story the other day. Lee says we're never alone in this world, just alone in thought, but that can also help us. That's what I was thinking. It was all just my thoughts. Yogi saying hi to everybody. Lee says hoping all the neighborhood be safe there. Thank you, Lee. Yogi's going to be in the background doing his writing. Thanks, Yogi. Yep, feeling lonely. And no to the mushiness. Yogi refuses to give peace a chance. I'm just saying. I said it. You heard it here. Shocking. Shocking, I know. Jay says, that's it. I'm going to get fish and chips with mushy peas. Short to come. I've been really craving some split pea soup, to be honest. Looks like I'll have a few days ahead of me. That means he's going to send me the video too. I am tortured by mushiness by my dearest friends. Oh, and Lisa says, Jace, it's my favorite meal. Jay says, Lee, until you put that in capitals, I don't count. It don't count. Haha. Lee says, thanks for the comment, Jace.
Drip, drip, drip. The roof plays a tune. We'll turn the gray skies into something that blooms. Jack sparking up a storm, cat spinning like a typhoon. We're wild in the house, can't stop this monsoon. Then the doorbell rings and the squad comes strong. Chatting about life as the clouds roll on. Jack's still big, cat's still wrong. But make no mistake, they've been tight all along. Rainy day vibes, but we're feeling alright. Jack and cat kicking back till the skies turn bright.
Lee says, we have a town nearby, looks like British seaside. When I go there, I always have fish and chips and peas, my favorite place to go. What? Wait a minute, Jace. Stop right there. Jace says, my pleasure, Lee. As soon as I saw the bad word bottle, I was subbed. Look at me. Y'all are just torturing me. This is a Coke-free zone, by the way. But maybe, you know, I've been considering putting my application in with Coke. Going to the dark side. But those were just thoughts also. I don't look good in red. Lee says it's okay. It was Mexican, no corn syrup. I know those are really popular. And she says, sorry, Cat. It was in a glass bottle. We don't get them over here like that, so it's cool. I know. I guess if Yogi can still be friends with people who eat mushy peas, I can still be friends with people who like Coke. I just think there's something wrong with you. Lee says, I had corn syrup in soda. It was horrid. Oh no. We in the UK are used to real sugar. Jay says we can do the hokey cokey peas, pretty peas. Lee says, I had a drink in a chain restaurant and couldn't drink more than 2 sips because of the corn syrup. Jay says, Eric will be listening and writing. Could be some interesting reading. It's always interesting and touching and hits right at home. Lee says, when I'm in the USA, I'll have root beer with sugar And yes, it was with corn syrup. Well, I have real sugar Pepsi. Lee says Jace, he's writing an anti-mushy pea poster. Yes. And Jay says they did a thing here in the UK, sugar tax. So all sugar drinks are way more expensive. That fake sugar stuff just ain't the same. Interesting. Lee says Pepsi's still corn syrup in USA, but not in Europe. I'll not buy anything with corn syrup again. We have you have to look for it in certain stores, Pepsi real sugar. I can't tell the difference, to be honest. I just don't drink soda too much. I won't say never, but almost never. Lee, when we meet this summer, do you want to try the UK variant? Sure. And I'll bring you a Pepsi with real sugar. Can you pick up one of Jace's puppies when he has puppies and bring that to me too? That would be awesome. Not when Jace has puppies, when Xena has puppies. Jack needs a friend. A Xena baby, right? Oh, my heart. I'm just thinking about it makes me so happy. I'll bring various for you. Only certain ones allowed in the USA due to high sugar. Wow. That's surprising. You hear that thunder behind me? Wow. I don't want to go out in that. Yeah, I wish I could. Sadly, animals on board nearly impossible with quarantine. I have heard that. Cute kids, naughty teenagers, and great adults. That's Melina for you. Thanks, Lee. Hope you're safe when you do go out. Me too. If it's raining real hard, I'll just call in late. We don't get in trouble for calling in due to weather. Just gotta say, I don't feel safe driving in this. And they're like, okay, hands off. I do need to make it a point to go to work today just because I showed my butt yesterday. Yeah, we have the tornado. Actually, I think it's up. I think it ended at 3:30. We just have severe thunderstorm warnings or severe storm warnings. I don't know if they know that anymore, Lee. I have always been one of their best workers and one of their most reliable and conscientious, but Kat finally put her foot down yesterday and may have put her foot in it. Yep. maybe. Maybe a job change. What I do know is not to rush to any decisions. I do have friends, hiring friends at Coke. If I get desperate. I'd really have to be desperate though. I've always said 10 years was going to be my limit with Pepsi, and August is 10. I don't know, Lee, but I do know that the employment situation is pretty dire. Like everybody needs help. So I don't know about the permit, but I think the jobs are there if you were interested. And I've been the first female to hang out as long as I have. I was always really proud of that. Lee says same world over the permit offered when secure job offer there. Oh, okay. Jay says, right, it's Sina Walkie's time. I will wish you a great day and see you soon, hopefully. May the storms pass without issue. Thank you, Jace. Have good walkies with Zena. Give her a big squeeze from us. Are you, Lee? You're saving up so you can think about a move to USA. Lee says, be safe, Jace. Have a great day. Susanna, good morning. Yes, I love being in Tennessee. It felt like home. Feels like home to me too. Even though I'm not from here. I'm a transplant. Oops. And he says, good morning, Susanna. Lee, there's a new term. It's called a halfback. I came from Connecticut. We went to Florida. And now we're in Tennessee, Virginia border. So I made it halfway back. I certainly miss the beach. I think you'd make a wonderful addition to Tennessee, Lee. I hope one day when my days are over, they put my bones in the ground in Tennessee. Oh, history to be saved and plenty of places to keep clean. Yeah. I was thinking, wouldn't it be lovely if there was a job for magnetic fishers? Why not? I found a native arrowhead when there, and at that moment I felt a connection to the land. Yeah, I feel a connection here like I've never felt before. Like, I just can't even explain it. I do feel that connection here though, like never before. Museums work with mudlarkers. I'm thinking more about the environmental protection agency hiring people to clean the rivers like that. That would be fun. Yeah, I know. Sadly, they don't often see magnet fishing as helping. I agree. Most places there's no recognition, but any waste out of the water helps. Just see how much we take out of the waters and how much cleaner they are after. I agree with you, Lee. And the skies agree with you too. I don't know if you can hear the thunder. And Lee says, I have to go. The phone is damaged. Back to 7% battery. Need to go. So you get 20% to call Johnny Maddie later. Okay, Lee. Thanks for coming in. I appreciate you. I can't wait for September. Something to look forward to. You have a great weekend too, Lee. We glitched a bit. Jackie, are you okay, buddy? And Lee says, yes, I'm just staying in, doing research on new places to go. That's awesome. Hi, Big Al. How did you type that? That's so interesting. Are you okay, Al? Bye, Lee. Have a great day, friend.
Early mornings with Cat and Jack. Big red dog with a coffee neck. Sun peeks out, birds all sing. Here comes Big Al doing his thing. Cat said, "Al, you need a ride with a basket for your bike to glide."
Very good, Al.
Flowers too, something sweet. But Big Al had a bigger plan, not just any basket man. He got his shoes one golden bright, burst in blooms, a wild delight. Now all the ladies smile and swoon
Yogi, if you're listening, that was absolutely beautiful, and thank you. Big Al, I know you kind of hear, but I'm redoing the lessons from A Course in Miracles, and I was just telling Yogi how thankful I am for that because, yeah, your song. It's really helping me deal with my everyday stuff. Very, very sweetly relevant in my life right now. So cute. I didn't make that song come on when you came in. It came on by itself. Big Al says, I hope everything goes well for you, Kat. I don't know what's going on, but I hope it gets better, and I'm sending love. Thank you, Al. Just life. And you know, our thoughts can make things so much worse than what they really are. What do you have planned for today, Al? On your lovely day off. It is your day off. Bless you, Cat, and they sure can. Yep. Just packing, I think, Cat. I'm working. I think they made a mistake at work, but we'll talk. I'll talk to my boss today, but I think I'm off after today. It is nice. Thank you. I'm going to do my best to have a good day at work. I'm going to make a good day. Dang it. Then it'll be a mad rush to get everything done around the house so I can head off to Asheville for a week. Carl says, I hope Emma is okay. Me too. I think she probably is, though. Carl, you're so sweet. No, close. Asheville. Nashville is a long drive. It's a long state, but it's just a 2-hour drive over into North Carolina. But the truth is, I'll probably have to come back halfway through to take care of chickens. You've not heard of Asheville. Asheville got hit by those storms. Was it Helene last year? Yeah, Carl, we were until about 3:30 this morning. The tornado warnings. I wonder why they seem to come so early in the morning. Or maybe that's just when you hear about more devastation because people are asleep. I don't know. Chicago is under one at the moment. Wow. I bet you do, Big Al. Says, I've heard of most states and many smaller cities, but I'm probably not going to know them all. No, I don't even know. My world geography isn't great. I know more about Afghan than I know about America. I have to tell you, I've forgotten most of what I've learned about geography. Which is why I wanted to get a world map. I really wanted a globe. I even looked for one the other day, but Walmart does not carry globes. Carl says, I love geography. Have you been to America, Carl? Oh, goodness. I've been to New York, Boston, and Chicago. Okay. Very cool. Do you have friends in Chicago, Carl? And that's why you know about the tornado warnings there? Al. Hi, Jamie. Al says, I've been to West Virginia, walked down a country road, and it took me home. You love New York. The city? Were you in New York City, Carl? I know there's also a lot of country in New York. Or at least I remember from being a kid. My grandparents lived out in the country. Across from a dairy farm. Manhattan. So you were in the city. think it might just be way too busy for me. It's fun to watch on TV. I don't know if I'd like to be in it. And Carl says New York and Boston are Irish cities.
Oh, Jack, the big red dog, and his monkey up in the tree. One day Brendan came in, and he fell in love with the monkey. He said, I will give you bananas if you go. And he said, I will give you bananas if you go. But the monkey said no.
Big Al says I had the opportunity to go to Tucson, Arizona for free, but it came up while I was serving and I had to turn it down. Aw, well, maybe it'll happen again for you, Big Al, if that's something you want.
If you swing that way, that is okay. And he said, I will give you bananas if you go. But the monkey said no.
I'm definitely going to have to find my rain jacket. Turn off this fan. Jackie, are you all right, buddy? Excuse me for a sec. There we go. Carl says I was in a live stream from Chicago yesterday and they made me most welcome. They didn't want me to leave. I bet, Carl. I used to watch a young guy. He walks the streets of New York City after work almost every night. Walks on Wall Street, I think it's called. I get enough of the city that way. Big Al says it's time for a cuppa. A cup of what? That's always my question. A cup of what? We should see how long it's going to take us to get to our first store. I think no more than 20 minutes. Yep, 20 minutes. A cuppa refers to teacat. Only traders to be empire drink coffee. Oh, you mean those people who wanted their freedom? Freedom-loving traders? Brave souls who broke away. Hello. Huh? I'm sorry if I can't say it right. Hello, good morning. Good to see you. Freedom loving rebels. Ungrateful colonials. I joke. In all fairness, the traitor joke only works with people who were in on the joke. Haha. Yeah. They're chartering a plane to Ireland in September. Oh, really? Who is they? Plane to Ireland in September. Is this your friends in Chicago? Okay, yeah, the Chicago. That's really cool. Wow. Nice, Carl.
Big Deb in charge, now she runs the show. Cats in the backseat riding with Daniel. Struggle bus shaking pothole road so loud. We rolling rough, but
All right, time for a yogi message. I can look it up, but British humor eludes me. Today is the 17th. Okay, is that what I was doing? I think humor eludes all Americans, Cat. No. You know, sometimes I think that about myself, just that I take things a little too seriously sometimes. But I need to lighten up. I might agree with your statement.
Jack and Cat in a beat up ride. Windows down, let the rhythm glide. Hitting the road with a funky vibe. Charlotte's
Let's see how I did.
time to arrive. Cat's got the map, Jack's got the flow.
Oh, mine is a little punctuation.
As the tires roll slow, Auntie's waiting with a party to show. We roll, we fly, we race through night.
Oh, such nice words. Thank you, Big Al. Oh no. Oh no. Sorry, Carl. I didn't see that because I was typing. Tracy's gone back to America. We're not friends anymore. I'm so sorry, Carl. I did not mean to ignore you, friend. I'm sorry to hear that, Carl. I was really happy for you. But you know what? Sometimes we gotta kiss a few toes before we find our prince or princess. Truthfully, I'd rather kiss some toads. Real toads. I agree. I'm a little worried about him, Big Al. He's on some antibiotics and prednisone, and he's just not been quite right since then. I came home last night and, well, my thoughts were going crazy on me, and I was worried about him, and he's fine. He just might be a little sleepier than normal. Carl says, I have Tina and A-Frame as my best friends. I'm glad to hear that, Carl. You know, yesterday I was thinking, who do I call? I was like, oh, I don't really have best friends anymore. So who do you think I went to? Yogi. Aw, Big Al. I think you probably are very hard on yourself. I can't say you look like a toad or not because you just won't show your face. You've never been on a panel. What kind of a panel, Carl? By the way, when I was looking for somebody to talk to yesterday, I also didn't want a friend who was going to baby me and agree with everything I said. And I knew I could get that from my auntie and my adopted mom, but I knew that wasn't what I needed. I needed to hear some truth. And Yogi is a good person for that. You've never been on a panel on YouTube. Does that mean like a co-stream? Me neither till the other day. And you know, Carl, if you ever wanted to get up and talk about something, Yogi's almost always willing. I'd love to see you up there. Big Al says, I have thought up a name for Chicago people, Chicagonians. I think they have a name. Chicagoans? Carl says there's too many troublemakers on YouTube. Well, if you look for them, you'll certainly find them. That's for sure. Yogi says, maybe that means Yogi is your best friend. I'm just thinking out loud here. You know, maybe. You have a lot of best friends, Yogi. Or you are a best friend to a lot of people. Chicago list. Chicago. I just can't even. I can't with you, Big Al. Carl says I had 3 of them in my last live stream. I'm sorry, Carl. Yogi Carl was saying he's never been on a co-stream with anybody before. He didn't say he wanted to, he just said he's never been. Diana got rid of. Is she one of your mods also? I know you talk about Diana. Welcome to the West. Do you feel lucky, punk? Well, do ya? You've been watching a lot of Westerns, yeah, Big Al. Is that Clint Eastwood? Diana is one of the top moderators on YouTube. It's good to have her as a friend. Big Al says, I love Westerns and I love Clint Eastwood. Oh, Yogi says, I have tons of mushy pea eating troublemakers on my live streams. I'm offended. Troublemakers? What? Big Al says, let me deal with them, Yogi. Yeah, let Big Al deal with them. I like that idea. Yogi says, LOL, you're in, Big Al. Leader of the Mushy Pea Brigade. No, I like the moderation the way it is. Don't get moderator, top moderator to Big Al. Carl says, my top moderators are sharpening their wrenches. I prefer to go the Course in Miracles way. If I defend myself, I am attacked. Big Al says, shh, cat. Yogi doesn't know I'm a double agent. Yogi says, I need to make a special badge for you, Big Al. There's a new sheriff in town. Make my day. It's got to say make my day on it. I know. You've said that before, Carl. You won't do a live stream without one of your top moderators. Gal says I don't want to change my channel name again, but there's just something about Sheriff Al. Don't do it, Al. Yogi, Big Al really likes that idea. Oh no, I've done that before. I'm over that, Big Al. I don't want to be deputized. Big Al Sheriff has a great ring to it. Carl says they know, your top mods know who the troublemakers are towards you. Good to have people looking out for you, Carl. Big Al says, oh, fair enough, Cat. Big Al says, it does have a good ring to it, Yogi. Yogi says, I recommend having Sniper for a mod. Oh, nice. Carl says it's lovely and sunny here. Yogi says, happy you have sunny days, Carl, my friend. Me too. Jack. Headless Jack again. Oh. Are you alright, friend? I just think that medicine's messing with his tummy. He's burping over there. My friend Allie is brilliant as well as a mod. Nice. Sharing stories.
can't hold more. Sitting in the garden under the old oak tree, sipping tea with our pal Bumblebee tea. The sun sets slow on a candy-coated breeze.
Big Ass says I'm going to hop off for a while. See you in Yogi's stream chat, Cat. Yes, I will see you there. Bye, Al. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I love you. I love you, Carl. I love you, Yogi. I love you, Jack. Okay, Carl. You got big plans, Carl?
Night settling, stars appear in the sky. Jackson tells a story, but the punchline's a lie. Jack just shakes her head with a mischievous grin. Bumblebee T says, here we go again.
You might do a plane video. Nice.
There's crumbs on the table, tea dripping down Jack's shirt. Cat's giggling too hard, spits tea in the dirt. Jackson trips over his overly polished shoes. Bumblebee T chuckles, saying, what'd you do? Oh, Bumblebee T, with your golden glow. Sipping tea slow, let the good vibes flow. Cat and Jack laugh till they fall on their knees. With our good friend Bumblebee T. Bumblebee T. Bumblebee T.
6 minutes. This is a good song to end on.
What you feed, it thrives where you sow the spark.
The Chicago live stream Love Irish Trains.
Light it up with love or live in the dark.
Oh, that's very cool.
Energy flows wherever your eyes go.
Do you think Irish trains are much different than trains here in America, Carl? I don't know. That's why I'm asking. I know you said there's very few passenger trains here in America. You've more modern trains. Have you ever taken any big trips on trains, Carl? Or is that just a normal thing in Ireland? Oh, and you have the steam trains. You know what I know about trains? I think I can. I think I can. I know I can. I know I can. You've gone all around Ireland by train. Oh, I bet that's beautiful. Have you done a video on your train rides around Ireland? There you go, Carl. There's Emma. Hey, Emma, Carl's been looking for you. He's a little concerned too. And he was really hoping to see you in his live the other day, but he missed you.
Jack the big red dog sprawled on the floor. Cats on the beanbag staring at the door. A box of snacks sitting right on the chair. Hoping your friends will soon.
Glad to see you, Emma.
Knock, knock, knock. Who's out there? Come on in and pull up the square.
Yeah, he is very sweet.
Life's a party when new friends begin. Cat taps a tune on an old guitar. Jack hums along like a canine star. They dream of adventures outside the door. Right now, waiting don't feel like a chore. Knock, knock, knock. Who's out there? Come on.
Yeah, Carl is very sweet.
Big red mouse, the cat just grins. Life's a party when new friends begin. They hear the creak of footsteps near. A dog's tail wags as the
Emma says, I am okay, Carl.
the door swings wide, friends tumble in. Let the chatter and laughter
Carl says, Emma is not on my subscribers list.
come to life.
Nonetheless, you were still asking about her and wondering if she was okay.
Jack's tall tale,
So she says, oh,
a circus of
Carl is not afraid to call a person out. That's all I can say. Here, Emma. Now, Emma, just click on his name and it should show you go to channel. And you can go to his channel. And I'm going to end the live stream, but Emma, you can go back and look at Carl's name and click on it, hit go to channel. And if you want to subscribe to him that way. I am going to go now. Time for Yogi's Live. You're welcome, Emma. Okay, guys, I love you all. I thank you for hanging out with me and keeping me company. It's meant a lot to me today, especially today. I love you all. Bye, guys.